Welcome to the Feminine Forecast for the month of May. I'm 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, a mystic and intuitive guide, here to support you stepping fully into your spiritual mission and creating a heart-aligned business using astrology, cards, and channeled messages. It has been a while since I've done a month ahead reading, and I'm so excited to do it. It just felt really aligned. I just heard the call this morning and said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna follow through with it, okay? So we are starting the month of May with coming out of a weekend of astrological events. We had Pluto retrograde begin in the very grounded, work-focused sign of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is also the wise elder and the mentor of the zodiac. So just like really sink into those energies and ask yourself, what is coming up for me? Pluto retrograde is all about transformation. Pluto governs the cycle of death and rebirth. And it's asking of you right now, what is it in your life that needs to be transformed? What is it that it's really time to say goodbye to close the door on, to give yourself the closure on, so that you can step forward and evolve and heal and grow into your highest, best version of yourself? Okay, now we also really are starting to feel the impact of Mercury retrograde shadow period. Now, this retrograde starts officially on May 10th, but we're definitely going to be feeling and seeing the signs of it starting now. It begins in Gemini and journeys backwards into Taurus. So that's going to mean that this is a time where if you stay present with these energies and you slow down and you really listen, you're going to have a lot of epiphanies. You're going to have a lot of downloads, a lot of really great ideas of what it is you're here to share, what it is you're here to teach, perhaps even the lessons that you are really being called to learn right now. And as we start to experience the energy of Mercury and Taurus, we're going to be grounding those ideas. We're going to really be coming back to earth, if you will, and taking those aligned actions that build a solid foundation that we can expand upon in the future. Okay, so we also had the new moon in Taurus, so everybody was taking a look and being called to explore and set intentions surrounding their values, their pleasure seeking, as well as their finances. Okay, so lots going on just over the past couple of days as we launch our way into May. So I already talked about, just taking a quick look at my notes. So I already talked about the Mercury retrograde that's transpiring in May, but we're also going to be experiencing the shadow period of Saturn retrograde, which begins in early June. Saturn retrograde is going to really illuminate the lessons that you are here to learn. It's going to show you where maybe you're being a little too rigid, maybe where you're being impatient, inflexible. And once you know those areas, you can start to soften your energy around them so they don't bite in the butt as much, okay? Because once you say like, oh, right, I'm not, I am trying to manifest this, I'm being told it's on its way, I just need to be patient, then you can start to pivot your focus to something else so that patience doesn't equate waiting, because waiting is just going to mean more waiting and it's going to slow down that process. So start to look at where you can pivot your focus. All right. So, and then the last two dates that I want to give you, we have the full moon in May, which is on May 16th. And I'm going to speak more about that in an upcoming forecast. And then on May 30th, we have the new moon, which also I will speak about in an upcoming forecast. So now I want to just go ahead and get some cards for the month of May. Ooh, let's see. Working with my Goddess Wisdom deck, I think it is. I'm going to link to the decks down in the comments. And as always, they have to fall to the ground. And oh, I've definitely been feeling this energy, and she's so aligned with this Pluto retrograde. We have the goddess Maeve. She is a Celtic warrior queen, and she's all about those cycles and those rhythms. And May is going to be a month where you start to find your rhythm, where you start to figure out, okay, this is the process, this is the system that I need in place to support my growth, to support my business expansion, to support me in supporting others. So Maeve is definitely going to be with you over the month of May, helping you, pointing out, this is where we can simplify so that we can stay in flow. These are the pitfalls that bring us out of that flow. And she will be absolutely illuminating where you're forcing things, which is really going to be felt, especially during that Saturn retrograde shadow period. Okay. And her her subline, her tagline is honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And that also speaks to the fact that retrograde seasons, eclipses, they exhaust us. They bring up a lot of denser vibrations that our body is working to transmute. So if you can, take that rest period, take a nap, disconnect for a little bit and allow your body to just kind of naturally move into its sacred rhythm. One of the messages that's coming in right now is there's no need to force the healing in the month of May. It's going to happen quite naturally just as a result of being present on the planet, always healing here on Earth. So ease up a little bit if you can. Give your body that opportunity to rest, mind, body, and spirit. It'll continue to grow. You don't have to push so hard is ultimately the message that's here. And then the second energy that I have is 𝐋𝐞𝐿, which is be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So I know that a lot of the women I support right now are going through very intense transformations. They're experiencing a lot of endings. Many are going through divorces. Some are going through leaving long-term careers. Others are considering, you know, they've made it 3/4 of the way through different degrees or different courses, or they've launched their businesses only to find that it's not completely aligned, and they're really feeling the frustration, the heartbreak, the heartache. And 𝐋𝐞𝐿 is a reminder that you can make it through this, that you came here to face this, and that you absolutely can overcome it. And that doesn't mean that you have to do it with a smile on your face, or you should just kind of grin and bear it. Her message is that there's strength within the spectrum of emotion, okay? She's saying that there's room, there's space for all of it. It's not just love and light. Sometimes it is going to feel like, oh, that's pain. Oh, that's attachment to the outcome, or that's expectation. And just make room for all of it, and examine it. Look at it as though you would, as though you were watching a movie, and then plan accordingly. Assess how, or not just plan accordingly, but consider, what are my options here? How can I make this easier on myself? How can I be gentler and offer myself more compassion? I'm hearing, and it doesn't surprise me because most of the women that I work with have this going on, but this is a month. May is a month of self-love. And it doesn't have to be hard. As long as you look towards loving yourself rather than who isn't loving you or what isn't going your way, this is going to be a month where you really go into the depths of the self-love transformation. Okay? I really love that, the depths of the self-love transformation. That tingles, that feels really, really good. Where we're less dependent on what is happening in the external world, and we're more connected to the internal world, doing the things that feel good, that bring us joy, that really fulfill us. So really loving these energies for May. Let me know how they're feeling for you in the comments. Just a couple more cards. Can we get some ideas for actionable steps? I love me some actionable steps. What is it that you want me to do, Spirit? So let's start with 2. Okay. Casually look down. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. So first up, we have the 9 of Swords, which is really about those kind of fears that get in the way, that are blocking us for stepping into our path. Now, she is sleeping so peacefully here. So, and really mind your dreams over the next couple of months, because there's going to be a lot that reveals itself from the unconscious mind as you stay present with them. Watch for the symbols, watch for the reoccurring patterns, watch for, you know, just in general, those themes. If you constantly are being chased by somebody in your dreams, that's a theme. If you are constantly having this, you know, being shown certain symbols, like I've been seeing a lot of fleur-de-lis over the past couple of months, so starting to pay attention to that. I've been getting a lot of crowns in my channel as well, like the crown of a queen, and I have started to really listen and dive into that. So what symbols, what themes are coming up for you in your dreams? And they will hold the key to your unconscious mind. You will be able to see, what is it that you're really afraid of? What is it that's really holding you back from stepping into this whole, they just corrected me, not stepping into your whole self, but knowing yourself as whole already. okay? And then the next one, we have the Prince of Wands or the Knight of Wands, instigation. This is fast moving energy. And this is a call really and a reminder that retrograde season, because we are experiencing that this May, retrograde season is an invitation to slow down. Knight of Wands, he moves fast. He can be a little reckless. He can be extremely impulsive. And Spirit just wants to remind you that that's not what we're about right now. If it's an aligned action, if it really feels like, oh my gosh, I'm so compelled and I'm compelled from deep within myself, and it's not a fear of missing out, okay, or coming from just fear in general, then follow it. But really take that moment to pause and check in, to not move so impulsively, and to really check in and make sure that you're not saying, oh, this is my intuition, when it is more of an impulse, which is tricky business. Intuition is very calm, it's very clear, it's very concise, it's quite soothing. Fear, instinct, impulse is fast. It's how do we want to describe it? It's very fast, it's very fearful. The outcome is usually like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, as opposed to, why don't we try this? Okay, so check in with the tone in which it comes in, and you'll be just fine. All right, so that's what I have for you. If you would like a personal reading, go ahead and drop down into the video description. I have all of my services listed there. In May, within my monthly membership, I am sharing my love of retrograde season with the Retro Guide, a down-to-earth resource for healers and light workers, supporting them in navigating the season for their healing and growth, spiritual mission, and all that good stuff. So I do hope to see you there. If not, stay tuned here, because I'll be coming back later this week with a new pick a card or meditation. I don't know yet, okay? But I love you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.